Since Glock sight changing videos are a dime a dozen on YouTube, I am not going to go through the whole process to show you all how it's done. It's very simple. Glocks are some of the easiest sights that I have changed, unlike M&Ps, the Shield. Berettas are ridiculous the way their dovetail is. They're very, very difficult. And if you don't know what you're doing, you can definitely damage your slide or break the sights, and that's coming from experience. So we're going to talk about the front sight replacement on a Glock pistol though. I do it a little differently than people I've seen, and what I've got is a 3/16 wrench here, the Glock tool, and I have seen everything from people packing Vaseline inside of here and then putting the screw in the Vaseline to guide it down there and screw it into the front sight, which that's an Ameriglow I.Dot Pro, by the way, my favorite defense sights. I came up with a different way to do it, and I have been doing it like this for quite some time, so I'm going to show you guys quickly how it's done. I've already cleaned around where the sight was, the hole, and I'm going to take the screw, just a little guy, and instead of fighting with popping the sight on first and doing it that way, I'm going to work in reverse. So I'm going to take the screw, and sometimes this can be a little bit of a challenge, but once you get it in the little area down there, you can take the tool and put it where it goes, which I'm going to show you guys up close. There you go. You can see the screw sticking up just a little bit. Again, this is in reverse order of the way most people do it, but this has worked well for me. So I'm going to take Loctite then, and I'm going to get it all over the slide. I've never done this while doing a video, so I'm not concentrating. There we go. There's my Loctite, and then I'm going to take the front sight, and I'm going to get it started on the screw. I'm going to go until I can't go anymore, because there is if you look, you can see the gap between the bottom of the sight and the slide. All right, so I'm going to screw that in a couple of turns. Obviously, I don't want to crank it until I hit the slide and damage the slide, but I've got a couple of turns on it now, okay? And then I'm going to go ahead and pop it in place. Try to get it centered here, visually first. Then I'm going to take the screwdriver and tighten it down. Now you might have to grab a different cloth here, guys. Sorry. Got a lot of excess there. Like I said, I was yakking. I usually don't do that. Now excess on the inside, a little bit down in that area where the screw goes, that's fine. That's going to help hold that screw, so that's not an issue as long as there's not too much, running everywhere. So I just don't want the Loctite up on the slide here, so go ahead and keep cleaning that off. It really is a simple process. I just made it more difficult when I spilled the Loctite all over. Okay, so we get the 3/16 driver on. You want to make sure your sight is straight, and that is not. Back it off a little bit. Now you can also, you could measure that if you wanted to with calipers. That right there looks pretty darn good. And I will measure it also just to verify, but I think when you've done it enough times, you get pretty good at it. So we cinch her down, and there you go. Brand new, fresh Ameriglow I.Dot Pro front with a Glock rear, which is getting ready to come off. I'm just not going to do the video portion of the rear. I use a pusher, but there are plenty of videos out there for that portion, guys. So hopefully this video helped you guys. If you want to change your Glock sights on your own, it's not difficult. You can see there, just don't spill Loctite all over the slide like I did. You'd be a lot better off. Thanks for watching, everybody.